The task was monumental. Travel 1,000 miles and then play 3 matches in 5 days. So how did the Jesters do in this critical stretch? We've got all of the answers. Coach Farrell will break down 2 goals from the road trip to Georgia. 1 from a new goal scorer and 1 from a guy who seemingly scores every night. We have questions from some of our Jesters campers, and our right back is joking around. The playoffs are right around the corner, but the Jesters' court is right now. The scoreboard tells the story. The New Orleans Jesters knocking off Inter Nashville FC 2-0 and in the process clinching the title. Paul Bourne along with the head coach of the New Orleans Jesters, Kenny Farrell. And coach, first off, congratulations. 3 matches in 5 days. You said you'd be fine with 7 points last week on the show. Yeah. You get 9 and now you're the champs. Just tell me about how proud you are of the team.
Well, extremely proud. I mean, it's all about the players at the end of the day. I mean, they've been tested time and time again this season. And as you saw, we lost a player 5 minutes in the second half and played a man down. And coming off, you know, how many miles? Like a 1,500-mile trip and 2 games on the road and winning them and coming back here with no time to rest, and the bodies were hurting, and they just took it to the other team. And you know, we struggled to find their legs in the first half, to be honest with you. But once they got going, I think they deserved to win the game. And I'm extremely proud for the players, but I'm extremely proud for the city because, you know, it's an up-and-coming game, right, in the city, and when you can put players together like this, you know, probably 50% local players with the players we bring in, I'm just proud of all of them. At the end of the day, you know, all the teams, and you've seen every team this season, no one quits fighting. No. Even the teams that are at the bottom of the division are fighting right to the last minute, and you just got to keep going, and it's a great division to be in. I love being in it, and I love the fact that we're at the top of it right now.
A thrilling night Monday night at Pan American Stadium as the Jesters get a win. Let's look at the highlights. The holiday was not the only thing the Jesters were looking to celebrate on Monday as they looked to clinch the West. But it's Inter Nashville FC looking for the early fireworks, but this shot skipping off the wet turf is handled by Chad Collins. 3 minutes later, John Evans with an excellent chance from the wing, but his shot goes wide. 17th minute, Tony Giudice is in on goal, pokes it past the keeper, but it also just misses the net. 29th minute, Mason Walsh tries a shot from distance. The ball hops on the turf, but it is handled by Hayden Kaufman. 43rd minute, golden opportunity for Mason Maurice, but his shot just goes over the bar, and we are scoreless at half. 50th minute, Mason Walsh working down the line, and he is taken down for a penalty. Moments later, on the Jesters' first regulation PK of the year, Walsh bangs it in, and it's 1-0. 2 minutes later, Adam Torres goes in on a dangerous tackle, and he is sent off with a red card. The Jesters regroup, and Nashville doesn't do much with the man advantage, Chad Collins making the save in the 63rd minute. Then some insurance in the 85th. John Evans crossing the ball, it finds Lucas Curry, and he rips it far post. 2-0 is the final, and the Jesters celebrate a division title. All right, joined now by one of the heroes of Monday night's match, Mason Walsh. And Mason, first off, you get the first goal by drawing the penalty kick. Take me through the run down the end line and drawing the penalty kick, first of all.
I just beat the defender and got inside the box, and I knew he was coming for me, so I tried to ride the tackle, but he caught me, and I got up, took the pen, and finished it off. So.
Yeah, you went to the spot very confident and hammered it home. And did you have your strategy picked out already where you were going?
Always go the right side personally, so that was the main thing for me, just focusing on that right side and hitting the back of the net.
So your penalty kick helps bring home the victory. Tell me about just the pride this team has of winning this championship and what you guys have done this season. It's really pretty special.
Yeah, I mean, we set a goal at the beginning of the season, and it was to win. And now it's just about pushing on and winning against Birmingham and going through to the national championships and trying to push on as far as we can. But all the lads, you can tell that the pride, like when they go out, they want to win, and that's the main thing.
And then finally, just the confidence now you guys take into the playoffs. You got to feel like, not that you're untouchable, but you can beat anybody.
No, I mean, we're going to take that confidence into the playoffs and hopefully go through to the nationals and prove ourselves and prove what we're worth. So,
well, thanks, Mason. And before we got back here to Pan American Stadium, we were on the road with 2 matches in 3 days in Georgia, and it started against the Georgia Revolution, highlighted by a pair of new goal scorers for the Jesters. On a night where the Jesters were without 2 of their best players, the team came out of the gates a little slow. Best chance in the first half hour came off this free kick where Nathan Heath's header was denied. 31st minute and the 2 teams revving up the hatred, and shortly after that the New Orleans attack revved up. 32nd minute, Jordan Rice plays the ball forward to Jamal Wiseman. He doesn't get all of it and it fools the keeper for the first goal, and the Jesters would head to the locker room up 1-0. The team poured it on in the second half. 51st minute. Off of the quick short corner by Keenan Armbrust, Wiseman again with the off-speed shot that makes its way into the back of the net, and it's 2-0. After a Tony Giudice goal made it 3-0, the Revolution got one of their few goal opportunities, but it was stopped by Chad Collins. Then in the 85th minute, Jesters reserves player Igor Siskov gets some time with the main club, and boy does he take advantage. A rocket into the upper 90, that makes it 4-0, and that's the way the night ends with a Jesters win.
I was so excited. I worked really hard to get a chance, and I'm glad Kenny gave me this chance. And hopefully I use it. I get a chance, I shot, and it was a great goal. There was plenty of space, and our right wing, Curtis, saw me, laid me, very nice ball, and all I did just smacked it behind the net. That was pretty easy. Well, this one is a special one for sure. It's my first goal for Jesters, and I'm excited. It's definitely remain in my memory.
Yeah, I'm glad to contribute the way I've done. I've not been here too long now. I feel like I'm finding my feet now. I've been struggling with the heat, but I feel today I've done well. The first one, I can't remember what happened before, but I made it a run inside the box. Jordan slipped me in. To be fair, I've scuffed it a bit, and it's just got over the keeper. To be fair, if I've hit it cleanly, he probably would have saved it, but luckily it's got in the corner. The second one, yeah, I've called him playing short. I didn't think he'd do it, so I've looked away, looked back, the ball's coming in, had to sprint, hit a deflection to be fair.
All right, Coach, well, you got 2 goal scorers against Georgia in Jamal and Igor. Just talk about both those guys getting on the score sheet and contributing for you.
Yeah, for Jamal, he came late, so he didn't start early with us. And coming from England and joining the team, the way he did a few weeks after we started, he was trying to find his pace. But I knew what his quality was. So I changed up the midfield a little bit to give him more freedom. He'd been acting as a holding midfielder for us, and we needed to balance that better. And in Georgia, he was getting into areas around the 18-yard box, and he got 2 goals and 2 great goals for us. Right. So that's a real success, and he's getting fitter. You know, you come from from Europe, and you don't feel the humidity that you do here and all that. So he's doing really well. He's been fantastic for us. He's a mainstay in midfield. And then, you know, this really makes me very happy as we try and build this program. And we put a reserve team in for the last year or so, actually going on 2 seasons. And to pull a player up that had really no chance of getting into the first team after a trial, and we put him in the reserves, and he comes in and he plays the way he did in Georgia, earned the respect of the first team players. For me, that makes me as happy as the win tonight, because I really think that, you know, soccer in New Orleans and needs to come together, and we need to keep providing opportunity for these young players. They're not ready at a certain time, but I knew he was ready to get on the pitch. Took him on the trip, and he was a key factor in 2 games, came off the bench twice and scored a super goal, so very happy.
So those were 2 new goal scorers, but when we played 2 nights later up just north of Atlanta, it was Mr. Reliable who brought the Jesters a victory. After waiting out an hour-plus rain delay, the wait was well worth it. Weather delayed the start of the Jesters and Silverbacks for 75 minutes and took a little work to get all the water off of the field. 18th minute and the Silverbacks with a great chance, but Chad Collins is in the right spot for the save. 20th minute, a great opportunity for New Orleans, but Mason Walsh can't get it past the sprawling Thomas Hunter. 3 minutes later, John Evans on the free kick, and this one is labeled for the upper 90, but Thomas Hunter makes the great save. 31st minute, and Evans is in one-on-one against Hunter and misses the net, and you see the disappointment for Evans. Meanwhile, Hunter not the only one making big saves. How about Chad Collins with this robbery in the 45th minute? into stoppage time, and Mitchell Garcia lifts the ball into the box that gets over Collins and into the net, and the Silverbacks go into the locker room leading 1-0. But Evans would help bring the Jesters back. Ball deflecting around the Atlanta box, and Curtis Thorne gets it to Evans, and he makes no mistake. We are level. Looked like both teams would be getting a point out of this one, but off of a great build-up, Jordan Rice in the 84th minute plays it into the box. Chase Rushing leaves it for Evans, and he rips it home. That's the winner as the Jesters come back to beat Atlanta 2-1.
We went very good first half, myself included, especially with the chance I had. I had a lot more time than I thought, and I just rushed it. And I thought we could have taken the lead there. And then the sucker punch right on half-time, the guys crossed the ball in and it's gone straight in over Chad. So that left us very sour at half-time, and we went into the locker room. But we didn't panic because this season we've been down a lot. We've been down a lot this season at half-time, and we know we've got the character and strength to come back. So that's what we did. Kenny put it into us that not to panic, to come out second half and to battle, because we know we've got it in us to go on and win the game from behind.
Take me through both goals.
The first goal, there was a little mix-up in the box. Curtis got free, he's just slipped it to me. I just put it away on my left foot at the back post. So we needed it at the time because we were under the cosh. Yeah, so it was good to get the goal when we did.
And then the second one was off of a great counter. Right?
Yeah, the second one was good counter-attack. Jordan Rice went down the right-hand side. He played it in. Chase ran near post and sucked the defender in, and I called him to leave it. He stepped over the ball, left me free back post, and I just kept calm and put it away.
John has been superb. He's taken a leadership role for us in the team. His approach is fantastic, but also his finishing ability is incredible. He's got a great nose for finishing, and he's very calm in front of goal. He scores great goals and he scores scrappy goals, and he's just someone that's worth his money basically. And I think he can play at a higher level. But right now he's ready to lead from the front with us. I can't say enough about him.
So the trip to Georgia was just peachy, and when we come back, we're going to revisit that trip to Georgia with the first and the last goals of that road swing. It's in our Coach's Breakdown next. This edition of the Jester's Court is presented by Heineken. Open your world. By Rockin' Bowl. Also by Design the Planet. Dream, brand, evolve. And by Walk-Ons. Everyone needs a little playing time.
I wasn't born in America, and arriving here wasn't easy for me. They didn't even say my name right. I thought I'd never fit in. But over time, I gained their respect, and that respect turned into admiration. Admiration into love. And the world better be ready, 'cause I'm an American now. My name is soccer.
Welcome back to Pan American Stadium, where on Monday night, the Jesters knocked off International FC 2-0 to claim the title. That's good news, but we're going to go back to the weekend for our Coach's Breakdown, presented by Heineken, and we're going to look at two goals. First off, we're going to look at Jamal Wiseman's goal against Georgia, and this was a pretty goal, but also some mistakes by Georgia that helped set that up.
Yeah. Well, quicker you move the ball, the better, but players were chasing the ball. There was a couple of combinations played, and some of the Georgia players fell for actually chasing the ball instead of marking players. I'm happy about that. But either way, the combination player was very good. The movement off the ball was excellent. Nice little dummy there. And as you see, they're drawn to the ball, and there we go. We get good numbers there, and it's a quick little ball through. If you look, a lot of green shirts here. They're still chasing the ball. They're still chasing the ball, and we've split them open. And the defensive shape was terrible, but we took advantage of it. And as I say, Jamal made one of those late runs into the box after we drew all the players out, stayed on side, got blind side, which is called, goal side, and they couldn't see him, and slips it in there. So a super goal, very well played, and textbook really.
And Jamal had said maybe he was a little lucky in that he mishit it, and that's why part of the reason the goalie didn't handle it.
Well, look, he got in a great position. He scuffed it a little bit, but it did go where he planned it to go. Now, if he had hit it perfect, would the keeper got a hand? You don't know, but you don't dwell on that. You dwell on the finish.
Well, let's look at our second breakdown, and this is the game-winning goal against Atlanta, and it all starts off of an Atlanta turnover and a quickly counter.
So they need to win the game. They've pushed a lot of players on, and we'd made substitutions that I thought could hurt them. and play Jordan Rice, who has been with us for 3-4 years, a Jesuit high school kid, and I love him to death because he does this all the time for us. When I can play him in more forward positions, which I felt was important for us, he took the player on, drew players in there, and then there's another Jesuit kid. He just he dummies it, sells all the defenders, and falls to the right player in front of goal, who is very calm, knows he has time, settles the ball and beats the keeper. A super goal. We always thought that we could win it. We were 1-0 down at half-time, but we knew we had a bench that we could adjust things and we could take advantage of them, and it really worked perfectly for us.
All right, well, that was the weekend, but let's shift our attention back to Monday night's win against Inter Nashville, and one of the heroes of the match is Lucas Curry, who got the insurance goal late in the match. Just take me through the goal, first of all.
Johnny, he served the ball. I wasn't expecting that serve, and we got Ryan in front of me, and he missed the shot, and then I was right behind him. I was happy to have a good touch and a good finish, and then I was happy because I could score.
Well, Coach, talk about Lucas and what he's brought to the team.
Yeah, he's got a very special talent, and we have to get him in games where he uses talent. Some of the games, and I know he sometimes gets frustrated, some of the games are a grind where you've got to go long and hit balls in behind. And we had planned to open this game up in the second half, and I told him before the game I wanted to see when their legs would get tired so I could open up for him and Orlando. I mean, he's the perfect guy to get in those situations, and we wanted to create that situation where he could use his best talent. It's a very special talent, and it was great because we opened up in the first 6-7 minutes of the second half like we were going to win the game 3-4-0. We had made the adjustments, we had worn them down. I was feeling really good about it, and I told him that he would be a key player. Obviously he's the player you want to get into the box, so we get a player sent off and he has to adjust his role, and we didn't get to use him the way we wanted to. However, when the ball got into situations where it was in the box, he was sprinting in there because his touch is phenomenal, his awareness is incredible, and the finish was fantastic as you saw it.
Well, Lucas, what is it about Nashville? You scored against them up there and you score against them here. You want to see them every week?
I think it's a good thing because I could score twice against them, and I'm happy to help my friends and to score because I took a long time without scoring, and I could score again. Sorry about them because I could score in Nashville again. But
you know what I'd like to add? What I'd like to add, and this is the brilliance of our team, is they all know they have roles in certain games, and we'll talk back and forth about how we're going to handle games. But when we decide we're going to do something a certain way, that's probably why we're at the top of the table. They respond perfectly, and they all say, "Okay, let's do." We decide we're going to go this way. That's what we do. And he's just a part of that fantastic, special, spirit that the team has, and they're so easy to coach. It's incredible.
Finally, Lucas, how about the feeling of winning a title?
Yeah, it's exciting because you're going to step to the next phase with a title, and then we can be confident to win again another championship. So it's fantastic. It's brilliant.
Well, thanks, Lucas, and congratulations, and we appreciate you joining us on the Jesters Court. When we come back, we're going to hear from some young Jesters campers who have some questions for Coach Farrell. Ask the Coach is next when we come back to Pan American Stadium.
New Orleans Jesters soccer is back for the 2017 season, and now is the time to be a part of the action. Cheer on your Jesters down the home stretch of the season as they square off with their Southeast Conference rivals. Single game tickets are just $10 and $5 for kids 14 and under. Discounted group tickets are available as well. Go to NOLAJesters.com or call 504-312-3979.
Welcome back to the Jesters Court. We're stepping away from our home at Walk-Ons to be at Pan American Stadium following the Jesters' victory over Inter Nashville on Monday night. And last week I had a chance to talk to some of your young campers and get some questions for them for this week's Ask the Coach. And here is our first question.
Coach Kenny, I want to know who you think is better, Ronaldo or Messi?
Cristiano Ronaldo. Reason being is it doesn't matter. I think you can put him in any team, any league, anywhere in the world, and he is going to be the guy that will change it. If Messi gets around weaker players that can't get him the ball the way he wants, look, it's a tough one. He may not be as effective, but I think with the Ronaldo, you can put him in you can put any team in the world, and he's going to do it. He's just fantastic.
Hello, my name is Landon, and I will be asking Coach Kenny a question.
And the question is,
who is their best player on their Jesters team?
That's a tough one. I don't like to identify players as the best players on the Jesters. They are a group of players that all have to pull together, and I'll tell you what creates a great player. A great player is through his own performance. He will raise the level of the players around him, and he has to approach that game that way, and we get lots of players that do that on our team, so I wouldn't like to identify one that way. Now, there is a couple that I think can move up a higher level than this, and I'll keep it at that. And we have some superb players. Sorry I can't answer it.
Fair
enough.
Who is your favorite player?
This day and age or in past?
Well, I guess you can go with either.
Okay, in the old days it used to be Brian Robson from Manchester United, and after him it was Roy Keane, just because what I said to you earlier about people that can raise the game of everybody around them. They're just absolutely superb, and I love those players. If I like to watch a player these days, to be honest with you, I think it has to be Ronaldo. Has to be Ronaldo. I mean, the guy is special for this day and age.
My name is Gio, and what's your favorite soccer team?
My favorite soccer team is the New Orleans Jesters. My favorite city is New Orleans, and my second favorite team is Shelburne in the League of Ireland, and then after that it's Manchester United. Passed down by my father to me, and I saw the old team of Bobby Charlton and all those guys when I was a young kid, and just never lost the passion for the team.
My name's Allison Cunningham. Do you believe that the New Orleans Jesters can win the title?
Of course we can. We can handle anything. The spirit is right. Everything. Look, when it comes down to it, there's great players on all teams, and they go on the pitch and they have their formations and they have their tactics and they have all this. But there's special things make winners. You need a little bit of luck to win anything. But what these players bring, and all of them bring it, is a desire not to lose, a desire to get the job done, and working together. There's no individuals in this team. They work so hard together, and they're the key ingredients, and they all want to win. We get tested all the time. Players sent off today, and you've been on the road with us. There's been a different test. They're prepared for every test, and they don't lose focus on performing. There's no distraction, and they're just so good at that yes, I do believe we can. But look, I would like to say we only take one game at a time.
Great questions from our Jesters campers. We appreciate all of them chipping in on the show. Well, we got one segment remaining, and coming up, we're going to be joking around with Curtis Thorne, or should we say 007?
You gotta prove yourself to make it in America. It doesn't matter where you came from. I heard that I'd never make it, but I proved them wrong. My name? You can call me Soccer.
We welcome you back to this special edition of the Jesters Court, and we're not at our home at Walk-Ons, but they are still our presenters for the week ahead. And just one match this week, Saturday night against Birmingham. Coach, this is a team you beat 5-2 up there, but after the result, Monday night against Nashville, tell me how you approach this match against Birmingham on Saturday night here at Pan American Stadium.
The very same way. Do I have an option to play some other players that have not been getting in, that are fresh? And yeah, I probably do. But nothing changes in your approach, and nothing changes in the mentality of the team. It never breaks. You do things, and that's for players that have not been getting in off the bench, or players that have, not even got on the bench. Every single one of them is as important to us, because we can't win it without them. I might, see a few different players in that game, but it's still as important as every other game. And the day we don't approach a game that way is the day we're not going to win it.
Well, one of your rocks this season has been your right back, Curtis Thorne. He's the subject of this week's Joking Around, and he's got an interesting item he would have to have on it, or with him, on a desert island.
Hi, my name's Curtis Thorne. I'm a right back, centre back, and this is my first year at New Orleans Jesters. My favourite movie has got to be the James Bond films. I love James Bond. He's just a man. A celebrity. I'd have to go with someone that's got a 10 out of 10 rating on good looking. He's got a chiselled jaw, a good beard, a good hair. So anyone like that. David Beckham. Worst job. I've been quite fortunate with jobs actually. I've been in coaching ever since I've been 17, so I wouldn't class coaching as a bad job. So I've been quite fortunate in that regards. One thing I'll have to have, I think I'll have to have my toothbrush. I'm adamant every day that I brush my teeth twice a day. It's a funny one, but I have to do it. It's just a ritual I always do. I want to go with someone in a similar position as me. I always watch him before games. Dani Alves, I just like the way he plays. He's so creative and he just plays the way that I like, so attacking as well as defending. I'm going to go with best subject. I'm going to probably go science. That's what I do at university now in England. Worst subject has to be maths. Even though I got a fairly good grade, I hate equations, formulas, algebra, stuff like that. It's just disgraceful for me. I've listened to a few Steph Curry videos on YouTube, and his pre-game playlist is all Disney films, so all Disney film soundtracks. I gave it a go and I felt so relaxed going into a game, so I'll use one example. I do, what was it called? Pitch Perfect soundtrack.
Is enough enough? I saw the signs and it opened up my eyes, and I am happy now living without you. I've left you all alone.
It's not the best to have, it's very embarrassing, but there we go.
Thanks, Curtis, and next week we are back to put a bow on the regular season, get you ready for the postseason. We are on at these times, and of course, also next week on my YouTube channel and throughout social media, and also highlights from around our league as teams turn their attention to the postseason on This Week in the NPSL each Thursday on YouTube and on NPSL.com. Well, Coach, a magical night, Monday night, a magical showing by your team, 3 wins in 5 days, just incredible. Just final thoughts on that.
Final thoughts is, you know, that it was a great performance. As I say, we're tested again. We came out winners. I think we deserve to come out winners. We love playing not just for ourselves and the team, we love playing for the city. And I think on Saturday we'll do the same thing. I'm so delighted that there was such a nice crowd came out tonight, and I know it's our time of the year with the media, and I'm really happy about that as well, so we can sell the story, and we're winning at the moment. So just very good all around. Let's get focused on this game on Saturday, and let's win that.
Yeah, we do appreciate all of our local media that came out and covered us on Monday night. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Jesters Court. For Kenny Farrell, Paul Boren saying so long from Pan American Stadium, and we hope to see you right back here at Pan American Stadium Saturday night against Birmingham.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.